morning, I'm Alicia George, and you're tuned in to First Look on Antigua Barbuda today, this Wednesday morning. It's a time where we take a look at the developing stories locally, regionally, and around the world. We'll begin with the local headlines.
The local news is brought to you by State Insurance Company Limited.
In the top stories this morning, a sports minister leads the country's delegation to today's state funeral for cricket icon Sir Garfield Sobers in Barbados. Major MOU signed with the United Kingdom to strengthen Antigua and Barbuda's response to cyber security threats. Prime Minister provides assurance to restive public works employees over outstanding overtime and concedes the ministry dropped the ball. And finally, Health Ministry advances discussions on mental health reform as it holds talks with team from Pan American Health Organization, PAHO. Now, those are some of the major stories that we're tracking this morning. Of course, there will be lots more, but we begin with a story that Minister for Sports and Creative Industries, Honorable Dwayne George, and the country's 4 cricketing knights will be representing Antigua and Barbuda as the cricketing world pays its final tribute to a doyen of the game. Sir Garfield St. Albans Sobers will be laid to rest today following a state funeral at Kensington Oval starting at 10 a.m. this morning. Minister George will be joined by national hero Sir Vivian Richards, as well as Sir Andy Roberts, Sir Richie Richardson, and Sir Curtly Ambrose at that state funeral. Tributes have poured in across the cricketing world following the death of Sir Garfield earlier this month. Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Gaston Brown, has led Antigua and Barbuda's tributes for the cricketer, widely regarded as the game's greatest all-rounder. All flags on public buildings throughout Antigua and Barbuda have been flown at half-staff in his honour. Sir Garfield played 93 tests for West Indies, scoring 8,032 runs at an average of 57.78 and taking 235 wickets at an average of 34.3. ABS Television Radio will have live coverage of this, and this live coverage will begin from about 7 a.m. this morning, and we'll be carrying that live on all our platforms. In other news, Antigua and Barbuda is strengthening its ability to detect and repel ever-evolving cyber threats. A memorandum of understanding has been signed by the Ministry of Information and Communication Technologies with the United Kingdom. It also comes at an opportune time as the country fine-tunes preparations for its historic hosting of the Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting this November. Shanakisha Francis was at that signing at the ICT's Ministry on Sir George Walter Highway on Tuesday.
Cybersecurity is taking center stage as Antigua and Barbuda continues preparations to host the 2026 Commonwealth Heads of Government meeting, CHOGM. Minister of Information, Communication, Technologies, Utilities and Energy, Honorable Melford Nicholas, and the United Kingdom's resident High Commissioner to Antigua and Barbuda, His Excellency John Hamilton, signed the Memorandum of Understanding on United Kingdom support for cybersecurity for CHOGM.
With CHOGM 2026 approaching, Antigua and Barbuda will host a major international event that depends upon resilient digital infrastructure. Borders, security, energy, communications and public information will all be part of what will make for a successful CHOGM. Events of this scale inevitably increase unwelcome attention.
Under the agreement, the United Kingdom will provide incident response and management assistance to the Directorate on Cybersecurity. The High Commission has also donated 10 laptop computers for use by the Directorate during its operations.
Working together, we will monitor, detect and respond to cyber incidents to help prevent significant cyber incidents that would disrupt the smooth running of CHOGM. This support will also build the capability of the Directorate and coordinate and manage future risks. As part of this package of assistance, the High Commission have also provided 10 laptop computers for use by the Directorate of Cybersecurity.
Minister Nicholas says the technical assistance will help close any remaining gaps identified during earlier assessments and provide further assurance that the country is equipped to protect visiting leaders and delegations.
These preparations and these security arrangements would need to be in place wherever they are, wherever they're coming from. So likely coming to Antigua, we had to give the assurance to the Commonwealth Secretariat as well that all those issues would have been considered. And so to the extent that we are getting further technical assistance from the Foreign and Commonwealth and Development Office, it's more than welcome, because I think it builds a level of confidence that experience that comes from the Foreign and Commonwealth Office.
The partnership forms part of the United Kingdom's wider security support for Antigua and Barbuda's hosting of CHOGM in November. Shanakisha Francis, ABS News.
In other news, the government says efforts are continuing this morning to pay outstanding overtime payments to several employees of the Ministry of Public Works. The disgruntled workers staged a protest outside the ministry Tuesday morning before taking their grouses outside the Prime Minister's office. Ilana Johnson recaps what happened on Tuesday.
Employees at the Ministry of Public Works have moved their protest to the office of the Prime Minister, refusing to work until they get paid.
The industrial action began outside the Ministry of Works, where truckers and other heavy equipment operators used their machinery to block access to the main road leading to the ministry's offices. They refused to leave until their issues were addressed.
No work now take place till I get paid. So, for the whole week, I will sit up.
Me want my money. I said I pick the me up, right? I want my money. Yes. My truck in here so long I can't get paid. My boss in here and my chill can't get paid. I can't thief and I can't do the other things. I want my money.
I want the information out of the system and then get the money. And I deserve the money.
Some workers also told our newsroom they are concerned about their colleagues who are still on contracts instead of permanent employment. They claim different officials within the ministry have provided conflicting information about when they will receive an update on their employment status. Meanwhile, Acting Director of the Ministry of Works, Collis King, says the funds will be made available shortly and that the affected workers should receive official letters before the end of the week or early next week.
The overtime has been processed. At this present moment, I cannot say if it's going to be issued today or tomorrow, but I have got the assurance before by Friday, overtimes would be addressed. We should be able to issue all contracts to new workers by the middle of next week.
Philana Johnson, ABS News.
Well, yesterday, the Prime Minister spoke with those workers and has assured that efforts are ongoing to resolve the issue, explaining the Public Works Ministry dropped the ball in not getting certain documents to the Treasury Department.
I was saying that I apologize for the fact that Public Works dropped the ball, that they have not prepared your documentation to send to the Treasury so that you can get paid. Now, the issue is not about a lack of money. There's money there to pay all for your salaries, your wages, your overtime. But the Treasury cannot pay unless there's documentation. That is a requirement. If there's no such requirement, then it means that people can just go and take money out.
So that means the PS for him.
So, clearly, Public Works has dropped the ball. I'm told that the director in particular, that he had a responsibility to make sure that he got all the names and to ensure that he worked with the PS and others in the registry to prepare the documentation to send to the Treasury. Unfortunately, as I said, they dropped the ball. I've asked them to try and resolve this issue. Clearly, there are a number of you to try and have those payments made by the end of the week.
However, shop steward Michael Peters says the protest will continue despite these assurances.
The Prime Minister came and he actually threw water upon the fire, but the fire is really out because I will come back tomorrow.
He adds that workers are adamant they are not working until they receive the outstanding amounts.
Everybody said the same thing. He threw the water, but I'll go here tomorrow because until I get money, no work. No more night work. Road project slow down. So make up your mind for pay and I will go back to work.
The Works Ministry has also issued a press release indicating the management is fully engaged in processing the outstanding payments as soon as possible. The ministry says since inquiries were raised on the morning of Tuesday, 14th July, the relevant process has continued to advance. It has sought to assure that every effort is being expended to resolve this matter to the satisfaction of its hardworking staff as soon as possible. In other developing stories, the Health Ministry is now engaged in a major effort to advance comprehensive reform of mental health care in Antigua and Barbuda. The ministry is hosting a 5-day technical mission with the Pan American Health Organization and the World Health Organization. The mission is reviewing progress on mental health reform and mapping out next steps for a more community-based system. The mission began on Monday and runs through Friday. The team is reviewing progress made over the past year under the ministry's Mental Health Service Reorganization Plan. The plan aims to improve access to care closer to where patients live by strengthening ties between hospitals, primary healthcare providers, and community support services. Officials say progress over the past year includes expanded mental health consultations at the Sir Lester Bird Medical Center, better coordination between hospital and community services, improved referral and discharging planning, and continued work to modernize mental health legislation. Health Minister Honorable Michael Joseph says the mission reflects government's commitment to a more coordinated, people-centered mental health system. And speaking of health, the Ministry of Health is urging residents to get vaccinated against hepatitis B as the country joins the global observance of Hepatitis Day. Health officials say hepatitis B is a preventable viral infection that can cause a serious liver disease, including liver cancer. They are reminding the public that the hepatitis B vaccine is available free of charge at all government community clinics. The ministry is encouraging everyone to get vaccinated and help eliminate hepatitis B as a public health threat. All medical benefit schemes offices will be closed early today to accommodate traffic restrictions associated with Junior Carnival. MBS says all pharmacies, customer service registration and cashier services will close at 12:30 this afternoon. Regular services will resume at 8 tomorrow morning. MBS beneficiaries are being urged to take note of the early closure today and adjust their schedules accordingly. Of course, the Children's Carnival was postponed from Sunday due to inclement weather to 1 p.m. today, Wednesday. And finally, on local scene, Ambassador Dwight Gardner has concluded his one-year term as president of the 30th session of the International Seabed Authority Assembly. Ambassador Gardner earned widespread praise for his leadership during a pivotal role for global ocean governance. Member states commended his professionalism, diplomacy, and commitment to consensus building, while the Secretary General hailed his integrity and the strong leadership demonstrated by small island developing states. Ambassador Gardner says he's grateful for the trust placed in him by member states. He's succeeded by Oliver Whitehead of the Netherlands and will continue Antigua and Barbuda's campaign for a seat on the International Maritime Organization Council in elections scheduled for 2027. Well, that's it for a look at the local stories. When we return, regional and international news is up next.
This very moment, we believe in you as you believe in yourself, in your desire to secure a future there when you're needed most. Because confidence comes from understanding you're always in safe hands, and the security of knowing these are the moments for every achievement, every step of the way. Live in a better state of mind with State Insurance Company Limited.
Welcome back. It's now time to take a look at stories in the region and farther afield. Well, the captain of the ill-fated MV Barima and 2 other officials appeared in court on Tuesday facing 72 murder charges in connection with the July 18 ferry disaster that left at least 73 people dead and more than 30 others missing and feared dead. Police charged 40-year-old Captain Kevin Price, 42-year-old Chief Mate Rondell Dwayne Roberts, and 33-year-old Delon Grandison, the loading superintendent at the Transport and Harbours Department, with a total of 72 counts of murder. The men appeared before Chief Magistrate Judy Latchman at the Georgetown Magistrates Court in Guyana, where the charges were read to them. They were not required to enter pleas and were remanded to prison until August 3, 2026. Price, captain of the 87-year-old vessel, broke down in tears during the court appearance, saying he did not understand why he was facing murder charges and insisting there were no known issues with the ferry. Bahamian law enforcement authorities detained 54 Haitian migrants, including a 3-year-old child, and seized suspected illegal drugs after intercepting a vessel in the Exumas on Sunday. The Royal Bahamas Defense Force said it received updated intelligence from United States partners about a vessel suspected of transporting migrants and illegal drugs in the vicinity of Ship Channel K and Beacon K. Officials thereafter found the 54 migrants, including 6 women and a 3-year-old girl, as well as 2 bales of suspected marijuana and 10 bricks of suspected cocaine. The migrants and suspected drugs were taken to the RBDF's Coral Harbor base for processing. In a separate operation, the Defense Force, in collaboration with the U.S. Coast Guard, seized a Bahamian registered vessel and recovered 97 bales of suspected hydroponic marijuana weighing 2,318 pounds with an estimated street value of US $5.9 million. Still in the region, the Caribbean Court of Justice says it has not yet received an official request from the Caribbean community for an advisory opinion on the reappointment of Secretary General Dr. Carla Barnett. CARICOM leaders agreed earlier this month to seek the opinion of the Trinidad-based court after Trinidad and Tobago raised concerns about the process used to reappoint Barnett, the first woman to serve as the regional bloc's Secretary General. At the CARICOM Heads of Government meeting in St. Lucia, Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre, who is the current CARICOM chairman, said leaders had agreed to refer the matter to the CCJ for an advisory opinion. Pierre said the process would be initiated in accordance with Article 212 of the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas, which governs the regional integration movement. In a statement published on its website, the CCJ said it has compulsory and exclusive jurisdiction to interrupt the revised Treaty of Chaguaramas, but confirmed that it has not received any formal request from CARICOM. And now to international news. Japan's Prime Minister Sanae Takahashi says rescue teams are in a race against time after an earthquake killed at least 13 people. The quake hit the country's Kumamoto prefecture in the southwest on Tuesday with a magnitude of 6.8. Rescuers are searching the rubble of the Aeon Mall in Kashima Town, where the mall's president says 3 people are still unaccounted for and another 3 are confirmed to have been killed. Searches also continue at the Nippon Paper Factory in Yatsurio, with PM Takahashi saying there are still people in need of help. Images show people sifting through debris and furniture in their damaged homes. Saudi Arabia and the U.S. have carried out strikes against Iran-backed militias in Iraq in a potential escalation of the Middle East conflict. U.S. Central Command CENTCOM said the strikes were against Iran-aligned terrorists that the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps directed to attack U.S. forces and Saudi energy infrastructure. Iraq's Parliamentary Popular Mobilization Forces, which is dominated by Iran-backed Shia militias, said at least 20 of its members had been killed in U.S.-Saudi strikes on its bases. It came hours after CENTCOM said Iran had launched missiles at U.S. forces in the Middle East in an attempted surprise attack, ending a lull in hostilities. The U.S. said the Iranian attack occurred at 5:45 p.m. local time on Tuesday, with all missiles successfully intercepted. And finally, firefighters in France are working around the clock to contain wildfires that have been raging in the Gironde region while bracing for another sharp rise in temperatures. Eric Bocardi, spokesman of the National Firefighters Federation, said the fire is like David against Goliath. 4 of his colleagues had died in recent weeks across France, he said, and 2,000 had been deployed in the Gironde to contain the flames, which for days have ravaged the countryside between the coastline and Bordeaux. According to regional prefect Sophie Brocas, 14 places that had already been hit by the fires saw new flare-ups on Tuesday. She said, "We're not in the clear. This summer's 4th heat wave was expected to start by Wednesday, bringing temperatures in the area to 40 degrees Celsius. Similar temperatures are expected in Spain. Dozens of communities are still threatened by wildfires that forced more than 70,000 to evacuate their homes over the last week." And that's it for a look at regional and international news. Up next, your weather forecast, and later on, sporting developments. Stay with us.
Sorry guys, I have to go. I'm going to the supermarket now to beat the rush.
You're supposed to be ready with your non-perishables. We're in the hurricane season. I just have to go to the gas station and fill up.
Wait, what's going on? Why are y'all rushing to leave?
You didn't get the warning? Hurricane coming on Tuesday.
What? Tuesday? I haven't heard that. I'll watch the news later. Get the CAP app on your phone. You get messages early from the government as soon as there's a risk to public safety. NAS, the Met Office, fire, police, they all use it to send messages to the public as soon as there's a risk to public safety. Okay, I'm gonna get that CAP app now.
Don't be left behind. Be alert. Stay ready. Get CAP. Be prepared. A message from NODS and the partnership between UNDP, SEDIMA, OCHA, IFRC, and funded by European Union Civil Protection and Humanitarian Aid. Prepare Caribbean.
Now time to take a look at the weather forecast for today. If you're heading outside, it could be partly cloudy and hazy according to the Antigua Barbuda Meteorological Service. High pressure will remain dry, hazy, and stable conditions across the area will persist during the next 24 hours. The weather for today will be partly cloudy and hazy with a 20% or slight chance of showers, and that will continue into tonight. Winds will blow east at 19 to 35 kilometers per hour or 12 to 22 miles per hour, with gusts of up to 52 kilometers or 32 miles per hour, mainly over the open waters and elevated areas. Seas will rise as high as 1.2 to 2.1 meters or 4 to 7 feet. Small craft operators are asked to exercise caution. Rainfall to date for the month of July is 25.8 millimeters or 1.02 inches. The sun will set today at 6:41 p.m. and will rise again tomorrow, Thursday, at 5:46 a.m. And that's it for the look at today's weather forecast, brought to you by forecasters Lon Salmon and Sharissa Humphreys of the Antigua and Barbuda Meteorological Service. Up next, sporting developments, and later on, our major interview of the morning at 6:30.
Should have gone to SignPro.
At SignPro, we believe winners deserve more than just a tiny token. Visit SignPro's showroom and see the wide range of high-quality trophies and awards we offer. Make your event unforgettable. SignPro, where winners get the recognition they deserve. Visit us today or call us at 561-1313.
Let's take a look at what's happening in the sporting world this morning. A fourth 5-wicket haul for Jayden Seales in Test cricket completed a 90-run victory for the West Indies over Pakistan on day 4 of the historic first Test match at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy on Tuesday. The Caribbean cricketers are 1-0 up in the 2-match Test series. The details are in this report.
An eventful day in Trinidad, where the West Indies resumed play on 126 for 7, leading Pakistan by 155 runs. Defiant batting from Kemar Roach and Shamar Joseph saw the pair added a 61-run partnership, with Joseph smashing 4 sixes in a quick-fire 38 from just 27 balls, as the lower order fight back dragged the Windies to 181, setting Pakistan a daunting target of 211 runs to win. But the Windies pacers went to work. Kemar Roach struck early before Jayden Seales trapped both Azan Awis and Salman Ali Agha to leave the visitors reeling at 25 for 3. Then Graves captured the wickets of Mohammad Rizwan and Amir Jamal in quick succession after lunch, before Roach returned to get Ali Usman to leave Pakistan trembling at 53 for 6. Baba Azam was the anchor for the visitors as wickets tumbled around him on his way to an unbeaten knock of 58, which included 9 boundaries. With the inevitable in sight, Pakistan folded for 120, 90 runs short, with Seales ending with figures of 5 for 20, while Roach and player of the match, Graves, picked up 2 wickets each. Terry Andrew, ABS Sports.
Meanwhile, the victorious West Indies team dedicated today's historic run or win to a legend of the game, the late Sir Garfield Sobers, on what would have been his 90th birthday on Tuesday. Flanked by players and staff, here's West Indies captain Roston Chase.
We'd like to dedicate this victory to the late, great Sir Garfield Sobers. He's a legend of the game, a hero of everyone in this dressing room. He's done everything on the cricket field, and it's so iconic that he would have been 90 years old today, and we won by 90 runs. So it was destined for him. We had a chat about trying to make him feel special in his grave, and I hope he's smiling on us right now. So, Sir Garfield Sobers, I want to say thank you for everything that you've done for West Indies cricket, and we've tried to make you proud. We hope you're happy, and may you continue to rest in peace. Thanks.
The state funeral for the greatest all-rounder the game has ever seen, Sir Garfield Sobers, will be carried live from Kensington Oval in Barbados on ABS television and radio. And of course, that will come up or begin from 7 a.m. this morning all the way down to news time. No Antiguan athlete advanced beyond the semi-final stage at the track of the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow, Scotland. CJ Green, running in semi-final 3, was 6th in a time of 10.19 seconds. He was the only male athlete of the Twin Islands state who progressed beyond the heats. Dwayne Fleming missed out after 10.83 showing in the heats, which was far from his personal best in the 100-meter. In the semis of the female equivalent, Giolina Dowdy placed 7th in an 11.45 seconds, which was not good enough to advance to the finals. The other female athlete in Sonia Jones clocked 11.56 in the heats and did not advance. The other member of the country's track and field team, Christopher Johnson, will compete in the qualifying round of the shot put on Wednesday. Antigua and Barbuda suffered defeat in their final encounter in beach volleyball at the Central America and Caribbean Games in the Dominican Republic yesterday. The pair of Miguel Pena-Lugo and Reynor Sharp went under to Gomez and Varane of Cuba in straight sets, 21-6 and 21-4, ending the Twin Islands state champion with a 0-4 record. In other news, a former Real Madrid manager Zinedine Zidane has been confirmed as the head coach of the France national team. According to BBC, Didier Deschamps, France's longest-serving manager, ended his 14-year stint in charge after the nation's semi-final exit to Spain at the 2026 World Cup. The 54-year-old, widely considered to be France's greatest player, will sign a contract that will see him lead the nation through the 2030 World Cup qualifiers. Zidane's predecessor, Deschamps, guided France to 3 major finals over his 14-year reign, helping the country to their second World Cup success victory in 2018. Zidane's first competitive fixture in charge will be a Nations League trip to Turkey on September 25th. And finally, in sports, the Philadelphia 76ers have confirmed the signing of NBA superstar LeBron James. More in this report.
James announced on Friday that he was joining the 76ers next season for what he says will be his final contract in the NBA. According to BBC, the 41-year-old, the highest point scorer in the history of the league, left the Los Angeles Lakers after 8 years last month. James has won an NBA title with all 3 teams he previously played for. He won 2 with Miami, helped the Cavs become NBA champions in 2016, and joined the Lakers in 2018, claiming another NBA title 2 years later. He has been named the NBA's most valuable player 4 times, all between 2009 and 2013, and has been an all-star all 22 seasons running. ESPN has reported that James has signed a 2-year contract with a player option for the second year worth $8 million. His average salary with the Lakers last season was $50.7 million. The 76ers reached the conference semifinals in last season's playoffs, where they lost to the eventual champions New York Knicks. They have since acquired Jaylen Brown from the Boston Celtics in exchange for Paul George and some future draft picks. Shreve Sargent, ABS Sports.
Stay with us because our first major interview of the morning is coming up right after these messages.
Hello, this is Sir Richie Richardson. I believe a healthy nation begins with a clean environment. Years ago, before weed whackers and lawn mowers, we used to use something called a liquor. And I'm sure most of the young people today don't even know what a liquor is. but it's a simple piece of flattened metal to cut the grass in and around our yard. As children, we looked forward to it because keeping the yard clean was a source of pride. That same pride is what we need today. Just like in cricket, each of us has a part to play. Whether it's cleaning up around our homes, planting a tree, planting flowers, or joining a community cleanup. Tourism is our main industry, and when visitors come, they should see the beauty of our island, not litter on our streets. Together, we can stop littering. Together, we can protect our environment. Together, we can show the world the best of who we are. Take pride, do your part, and always remember, love where you live.
Hi, I'm RPB, 9-time Calypso Monarch of Barbados. The beach can be fun, but we have to be tsunami smart. Know the signs. You're at the beach, you feel a strong shaking, run. See the water withdraw an unusual distance from the shore, run. Hear a strange roar from the sea, run. If you experience any of these signs, just run to higher ground. Just run, just run, just run.
Be tsunami smart. Know the natural warning signs. It could save your life. There may not be enough time for an official tsunami warning.
Keeping your communities clean is not just the responsibility of government. It belongs to every single one of us. Do not litter. Do not dump waste in unauthorized areas. Place garbage out properly for collection, and teach children from early to respect their surroundings. A clean Antigua and Barbuda begins with clean neighborhoods and responsible citizens. Small actions make a big difference. When each of us does our part, we create communities that are safer, healthier, and more welcoming for everyone. Let us protect our environment. Let us respect our communities.
Close your eyes and imagine the Caribbean's beauty. But in paradise, we face hurricanes. Are you prepared for the storm season? Here's how to prepare. Step 1. Stay informed. Keep a battery-powered radio ready for instant updates. Step 2. Pack an emergency kit. Non-perishable food, clean water, flashlights, batteries, and a first aid kit. Don't forget medications and important documentations. Step 3. Secure your home. Reinforce your windows, clear your yard, and secure outdoor items. Step 4. Plan your evacuation. Know your shelter and evacuation routes. This message is brought to you by the Antigua and Barbuda Broadcasting Services, ABS.
When evening falls and shadows play, we flip the switch, you light the way. You power dreams, our hopes, our lives, a steady force, a trusted light.
From every source you make the way, working hard to serve us every day, turning challenge into water flow, pushing forward, steady as we go.
APUA, united in service, we rise with you, bringing the best of what you do. From power to water to every device, you are the pulse of our land, necessary for life. APUA, united in service, we rise with you, bringing the best of what you do. From power to water to every device, you are the pulse of our land, necessary for life. APUA.
Miss Lady, this is how you file your bills?
Hey, I know where everything is.
You sound like your father. That's why I still handle the bills.
Okay, Miss Expert, how is it I see this number changing? Fuel variation charge?
This charge takes into account the changing price of fuel. And so APUA has to adjust the rate accordingly.
So electricity is not the same cost every time?
Honey, APUA has to adjust the cost. Look, doesn't bread price go up if flour costs go up? Same thing. Look here, this is the variation amount. So when fuel costs go down, you pay less. That's good, right? Plus, you are in charge of your electricity use.
So like when you used to be fussing when I leave on the AC in my room and go out?
Yes, miss. I bet you remember to turn it off now, though.
Your APUA electricity charge includes a fuel cost variation, which shows the true cost of your usage. Remember, you're in charge of your usage. Conserve to save.
Ever hear someone say ICTs and wonder what that even means? The Ministry of Information Communication Technologies, led by the Honorable Melford Nicholas, helps Antigua and Barbuda use technology to make life easier. So what does that mean? They work to improve internet access, make government services available online, protect our digital information, and encourage new technology across the country. Think of them as the team helping Antigua and Barbuda become smarter, faster, and more connected in the digital world.
In the heart of the Eastern Caribbean, where fuel meets innovation, stands West Indies Oil Company Limited. With over 60 years' experience, we are proudly owned and managed by locals, and our profits stay in Antigua and Barbuda to support national development. As leaders in fuel storage and petroleum products, we power businesses and communities with gasoline, ULSD, jet fuel, fuel oil, and LPG. With cutting-edge technology at our core, we ensure efficient and sustainable fuel distribution. From operations at the MBM and Sea Island Jetty to a network of service stations across Antigua and Barbuda and Dominica, our commitment to safety, integrity, reliability, innovation, and excellence drives us. Strength and stability define our people, and the depth of their expertise encourages innovation, problem solving, and above all, competent energy solutions. Visit westindiesoil.com or call 462-0140 to learn more. West Indies Oil Company Limited, where innovative energy solutions count.
Good morning, I'm Ursula Charles Jr. Thank you so much for staying with us. As you would have been hearing all morning, our regular program is being interrupted this morning as we will join those across the world mourning the passing of Sir Garfield Sobers, the great late cricketing legend and national hero of Barbados. We are about to join our affiliates at Caribbean Broadcasting Corporation, CBC in Barbados, for tributes and then the live state funeral that will be at 10 a.m. this morning. That will, of course, preempt our ABS midday news. So we look forward now to joining the CBC as this is ABS's coverage of those funeral proceedings.
Cricket in Africa in the mid to early 80s, and I was privileged to see the young West Indies come on tour. I fell in love with people like Brian Lara, Carl Hooper, Jimmy Adams, and many others, and then eventually became a test cricketer myself and ended up playing in the West Indies on at least one tour, and thoroughly enjoyed the way they play the game. In fact, later on in life, I became a member of the Lashings World 11 and had a great time with so many of the West Indian players, such as Richie Richardson and some of the ones I've already mentioned. I met Sir Garfield Sobers at a Lashings cricket match. He came as a guest and he was signing his book. And of course, I only got to speak to him very briefly as he signed my copy of his book, which I have on my bookshelf. And it was just amazing to be in the space of the man who was such a trendsetter. Really inspiring. One of the first black people to really make me take notice of what black people could do on the cricket field. His record, of course, before Brian Lara broke it, stood for many, many years. We'd all heard about his 6 sixes in and over. And it was such a tremendous privilege for me to meet him that day. So pay homage to the man, his legacy, and the effect he had on the world of cricket, and also how he inspired young people like myself when I was growing up through the ranks to believe that someone like me could play the sport. And I was one of the first black players to play for Zimbabwe, and so of course there's a tremendous synergy there where I was inspired by him. So thank you to all the West Indians and all they've done for cricket in the world. But what a life that Sir Garfield Sobers lived, and I hope you celebrate his life with great style, as I know the West Indians can.
Hi, I'm Sunil Gavaskar. I made my Test debut in the Caribbean against a team led by Sir Garfield Sobers. I couldn't believe myself that I was on the same ground as Sir Garfield Sobers, breathing the same air as Sir Garfield Sobers. And then of course, later on in the year, I had the privilege and the pleasure of being in the same team as Sir Garfield Sobers, the rest of the world team that played in 5 test matches in Australia. That was an experience that was unforgettable because apart from Sir Garfield Sobers, there were so many big names: Rohan Kanai, Clive, Lloyd, Farooq Engineer, Vishen Singh, Bedi, you name it. It was a team that was absolutely made of players from whom you could learn so much, and that was a great learning curve, learning experience for me. Sir Garfield Sobers, without a doubt, is the greatest of them all. You look at all the cricketers, all the all-rounders in the world, and there have been some really magnificent special all-rounders. But the impact that Sir Garfield had with the bat, with the ball, with the feel on the field was fantastic. That said, I owe my career to Sir Garfield Sobers because he gave me a life when in my debut innings, my first innings, I was only on 12. A simple catch like that allowed me to get to a half century, keep my place in the Indian team for the next test match. So for me, I will forever be indebted to Sir Garfield Sobers. I do wish him the very, very best. Like I said, it's been just an absolute privilege to have played against him and played with him, to breathe the same air, to be able to have conversations with him after retirement as well. Sir Garfield Sobers, you are the greatest.
First of all, I wanted to give my deepest condolence to Sir Garfield Sobers' family, loved ones, people in Barbados, everyone in West Indies. He was a true legend and an icon. My first memory of Sir Gary was when my father bought some tapes for me to watch when I was a 10-year-old. It was black and white, and it was amazing to watch him bat, bowl, field. A true cricketer who dominated his era when he played. He was very close to Sri Lankan cricket in early 80s, a very positive influence for us to get test status, as well as the contribution that he had on the national team at that time. But above and more, Royal Colombo Golf Club, fond memories, a lot of members who truly remembers him for his skill with the set of golf clubs in his hand, and a lot of friends that he had at the golf club as well. So a lot of memories in Sri Lanka for Sir Gary, but what he has left for us in the game of cricket is something for all of us to celebrate.
I would love the chance to have met Sir Gary. He's one of the 5 cricketers of the century. Clearly a wonderful cricketer, but from all reports an even better human being and a true legend of our game. From what I know, Sir Gary was the type of cricketer, role model and human being anyone would aspire to. For 2 decades he set the stage for West Indies cricket. So much of my childhood was hearing the stories about that great West Indian era. We as current cricketers are indebted so much to the likes of Sir Gary. He'll be remembered and revered by all the cricketing world, and of course his beloved Barbados. We really thank you for everything you've done. Sir Gary, rest in peace.
Graham Gooch here. I'd like to pay a personal tribute to Sir Garfield Sobers, who was a huge influence on myself as a cricketer when I was a young lad. I remember watching with my mum and dad on TV at our house in Leytonstone, 1963, when the West Indies toured England under the captaincy of Sir Frank Worrell. They were an exciting team with fast bowlers like Hall and Griffiths, but the linchpin of the team was Gary Sobers, an exciting cricketer, one of the greatest of all time, a real entertainer with the bat or ball or fielding, taking brilliant catches. He was a huge influence when I was around 10 years of age. One disappointment though was when I joined Essex, played a few games as an amateur in 1973. We went up to Trent Bridge. Gary was playing for Nottinghamshire to play a John Player League Sunday match, and I would have had my chance to play against one of my heroes. Unfortunately, the British weather intervened and we couldn't play the game, and it was rained off, so I missed the chance to play against one of my idols. I'd like to thank him also. In the late 80s, I was struggling a bit for form, and I went to a cricket dinner somewhere in London. I was fortunate enough to sit opposite Gary, and he talked to me and said, the problem with you at the moment is you're not going for your shots. You're not playing aggressive enough. You're not looking for the run scoring opportunities. I remember digesting this message and taking it out onto the field after that, and coincidentally I had the best 5 or 6 years of my career towards the end of my career. So I would like to pay tribute to Gary, all-time great cricketer, all-time great entertainer, commiserations to his family and to everyone in the West Indies and Barbados in particular who idolised this cricketer. He was a hero to all of us.
Well, my name's Ian McLaughlin, and I first met Gary in England in 1957. I was at the university and we played against the West Indies, and Gary and his friend Collie Smith were playing in that game. And so 7 years later, more, after the fabulous West Indies tour of Australia, when the West Indies were sent off, having just lost the last test match with a ticker tape sent off out of Melbourne, 400,000 people sending him off. Fantastic. Gary came back to play for South Australia for 3 years, and lo and behold, I was in the state side, and so we played together for 3 years. It was uplifting, but on the field it was serious stuff. And he always said, and I just looked it up again in a book he wrote in 2002, saying it was the toughest domestic competition and he wanted to be tops, and he was. And I felt that in those 3 years with us, playing against the States and playing against the visiting Poms and others who came, New Zealanders, South Africans, that he became then, from the age of 24 to 27, the best player in the world. And so I just wanted to thank all of the people that are celebrating today in Barbados for sending their favourite son. And if there's an accolade for Gary, I think it is that Sir Donald Bradman chose his best shots to make a film of, that he played when he made 254 in the Melbourne Cricket Ground for the World 11 against Australia. And so the best batsman in history got the best all-rounder shots in history and played them, and so way back then Sir Donald knew that Gary was the best that ever had been, and I think most of the people who played with him would say that is still exactly the case.
Growing up, I'd heard many stories about Sir Gary Sobers from my dad and my uncle, who had obviously played with and against him, and what a fantastic individual he was, what a great person he was, and obviously a formidable cricketer. Then you just had to look at his record and see what he had achieved. And as an aspiring international cricketer, I often spent time looking at his record and thinking how brilliant it was, and obviously trying to emulate some of the feats that he'd managed to achieve. We did see some footage of him, limited. Obviously the 6 sixes is well documented, and some other good footage that we managed to see along the way. Bob Wilmer, who coached me for South Africa for a period of time, was obviously a person who I discussed a lot of Gary Sobers with as well, and he told me some great stories about his accomplishments and what he'd managed to achieve. But in giving a tribute to him, I thought it would be best to get my dad, who had played with him for the World 11 for 3 months, to put together some thoughts, and this is what he sent me. He was altogether the perfect cricketer. He didn't just look the part, he was the part. Complete all-rounder, not only being able to bowl quick and able to swing it and seam it, he bowled leg breaks, googlies and orthodox. He had it all. His fielding, that was top drawer in every aspect. He was naturally confident, he was positive, aggressive, and I never saw him lose his cool in the 3 months that we spent together, touring, living together and playing for the World 11. I don't even regard him as having a rival in terms of being the greatest cricketer of all time. His personality and behaviour were a huge credit to the game of cricket, and I don't know of anyone who didn't like or respect him as a player and a person. Rest in peace, Sir Gary.
Hi, I'm Darren Ganga. My family and I would like to express deepest condolences to the Right Excellent Sir Gary Sobers family. We are all very deeply saddened by the passing of this great West Indian man, a man who has shaped our West Indian civilization from the perspective of culture, our international presence, and the way he's represented us on and off the field of cricket. It is only fitting of me to say a few words on his passing. Sir Gary is well known for his exploits on the cricket field, and it's well documented his ability at a very young age to hit 6 sixes, his record highest individual test score that stood for a long time before my countryman Brian Lara was able to eclipse that record. But my tribute today is just a simple one, to say that as much as he did perform exemplary on the field of play and he was classed as the greatest all-rounder that the game has ever seen, for me it's the quality of the man that stands out. Not just because of his humility, but because of how he was able to pass on his great knowledge of this game. And I was so aptly placed to see this firsthand with his sharing of information to my teammate Brian Lara, and how Brian was able to use that information and to achieve greatness for himself. And it was a handing of the baton from his era to Brian's era, and Brian's era to the newer generation of West Indian cricketers. So Sir Gary, your legacy is well intact. You will always be remembered as the greatest. As we celebrate your life and we say goodbye one final time, we all pay homage to you and what you've done and the sacrifices that you've made to make things much easier for us as West Indian cricketers. And with those few words, I wish you well, rest in peace. For the family, I say keep strong, God bless, and we will always be here to support you. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, this is Dinesh Ramlin, former West Indies captain and player. I would just like to say Sir Gary has been an inspiration to all around the world. I know his passing is very hard for everyone. May his soul rest in peace, and true legend of the game.
Hi guys, this is the champion, DJ Bravo, aka Dwayne Bravo. To Sir Gary and his family, I just want to say condolences to his entire family. Sir Garfield Sobers, legend of the game, icon. For me growing up, I never get the opportunity to see Sir Gary play, but my dad is a big fan of Sir Gary Sobers. My father always said to me, the moment you see Sir Gary walk, you get your money's worth. He always tried to encourage me, if I want to be like any cricketer, be like Sir Gary Sobers. Even though I mold my game after him as an all-rounder, I don't think there's any cricketer on this planet Earth could walk close to Sir Gary. So Gary, just want to thank you for what you have done for the people of the Caribbean. I'm proud to say that I'm a West Indian, and that Sir Gary Sobers, the greatest cricketer of all time, is also a West Indian. To the people of Barbados, may you mourn and I want to wish you guys all the best. Thank you, Sir Gary, for what you have done, and may your soul rest in peace. DJ Bra.
Hi, Joshua Da Silva, paying tribute to the great, legendary Sir Garfield Sobers. I was never fortunate enough to be able to see him play. Unfortunately, I'm a bit too young. But hearing his stories, the records that he broke, the elegance of his game was great. And to just hear those stories and know what he was capable of and what he did to shape West Indies cricket was truly an honour to be able to play for the same team that he once dominated for and played for as well. And paying this tribute to him is definitely an honour and a privilege. So yeah, he was the greatest all-rounder to ever play the game. Rest in peace, Sir Gary.
This is my tribute to the man I call the Godfather, the Right Excellent Sir Garfield Sobers. Sir, I want to thank you for the impact you've had on my career and all careers around the Caribbean and around the world. I've relished every meeting with you, and the memories you've left, I cherish them deeply. I want to say condolences to the family and friends, and although he's not here with us anymore in body, he's definitely here with us in spirit. Rest in peace, legend. Thank you.
I am Derek Murray, West Indian cricketer. It is my honour to say a few words of tribute to Sir Gary Sobers. It is universally accepted that Gary Sobers is the greatest all-round cricketer to grace the cricket fields of the world. He was a phenomenal player, and his deeds on the field, whether for the West Indies, for Nottinghamshire, for Barbados, for whichever teams he represented, are legendary, and deservedly so. It's one of the few cases where you can make a case for the fact that he surpassed all expectations and all reasonable beliefs that existed. But generally, he was a happy person, happy to be doing what he enjoyed, and it was a privilege for me and my wife Maureen to be close to him and his wife and family in the early days. And to be his best man, I think, speaks volumes to how close we were. And I consider it an honor that, especially during rainy days at cricket, particularly during the English county season, we would end up being in the cinema with him buying his bag of sweets and me buying my bag of chocolates that we would share throughout the film, much to the annoyance of our wives. But it was happy times, and it was the kind of times that Gary will always be remembered for in different ways by different people. May he go to an eternal rest, and may light perpetual shine.